No human being in the entire history of the species was ever fat until about 100 years ago. Not because they had more willpower than you, not because they worked out, but because of a secret your body still remembers, and the modern world has made you forget. Let me explain. Welcome to Archaia. If you put a photograph of a crowd from 10,000 years ago next to a photograph of a crowd today, the difference would be immediate, obvious, and a little uncomfortable. For 99% of human history, obesity simply did not exist as a common condition. Not in hunter-gatherer tribes, not in early farming villages, not anywhere. And the obvious explanation, the one almost everyone believes, is that ancient humans were just more active. They walked everywhere. They hunted. They worked hard. They burned it all off. It makes perfect sense. It is also, according to the science, completely wrong. And the study that proved it is one of the most surprising things modern anthropology has ever discovered. To understand it, we have to travel to northern Tanzania, to a people called the Hadza. The Hadza are one of the last true hunter-gatherer societies left on Earth. They live almost exactly the way our ancestors did. No farms, no supermarkets, no electricity. The men hunt with bows. The women dig for tubers and gather berries. They get their food the way humans got it for 2 million years. And they are extraordinarily active. The average Hadza man walks up to 14 kilometers a day. The women around 8. They climb, they dig, they carry. A Hadza adult takes between 13 and 19,000 steps a day, more than most Westerners take in a week. So in 2012, an evolutionary anthropologist named Herman Pontzer set out to measure exactly how many more calories the Hadza burn than we do. He used the gold standard method, something called doubly labeled water, which tracks energy expenditure with incredible precision. He fully expected the Hadza to be burning enormous amounts of energy. He packed up their data, sent it to the lab, and waited for the huge numbers to come back. Except the numbers weren't huge. The Hadza, these lean, tireless, all-day hunters, burned almost exactly the same number of calories per day as an office worker in New York or London. A Hadza man, walking 14 kilometers across the savannah, burned around 2,600 calories a day. The same as a Western man sitting at a desk. Let that sink in. This finding broke a belief that almost every diet and fitness culture is built on. It is called the constrained energy model, and what it suggests is genuinely strange. Your body does not simply add up the calories you burn through exercise. Instead, it has a daily energy budget, and it fiercely defends that budget. When you exercise more, your body quietly spends less energy on other things. It dials down inflammation. It tweaks your hormones. It reduces energy spent on 100 invisible background processes. The total stays roughly the same. This is why, as Pontzer puts it, our metabolic engines were not built to give you a beach body. They were built over millions of years to keep your total energy use within a narrow, stable range, no matter how much you move, which leads to an uncomfortable conclusion. If the Hadza burn the same calories we do, but they never get fat, then the reason we get fat was never about how little we move. It was always about what we eat. So what do the Hadza actually eat? This is where it gets remarkable. The average Hadza person eats around 100 to 150 grams of fiber every single day. They eat from nearly 600 different species of plants across the year. Tubers, wild berries, raw honey, seeds, lean game meat. The average modern American eats about 15 grams of fiber a day. Read that again. The Hadza eat up to 10 times more fiber than we do. And fiber is the key to the entire mystery. For 2 million years, food and fiber were the same thing. Every calorie our ancestors ate came wrapped inside tough, fibrous, hard-to-process plants and lean meat. To get the energy out, your body had to work for it. The food filled you up. It took effort to eat. It was almost impossible to overeat, because your stomach was full long before you'd consumed too much. Your appetite, the ancient system in your brain that tells you when to stop, was calibrated for that world. A world where food fought back. Now look at what we eat today. We took the fiber out. We took the water out. We took everything that makes food hard to eat, and we removed it. We engineered food that is soft, calorie-dense, and frictionless. A modern processed meal can deliver 1,000 calories in 3 minutes and leave you hungry 20 minutes later. There is nothing to chew, nothing to slow you down, nothing to tell your brain you've had enough. We did not get weaker. We did not get lazier. We outsmarted our own appetite. We built food our ancient brains have no defense against. Because for 2 million years, this kind of food simply did not exist. There was never any need to evolve a way to stop eating it. The Hadza don't stay lean because they have more discipline than you. They stay lean because their food still has the brakes built in, and ours had the brakes removed. So here is the truth at the center of all this. You were not designed to be fat, and you were not designed to count calories, or punish yourself at the gym, or fight a daily war against your own hunger. You were designed for a world where the food was hard and the fiber was high, and your appetite could be trusted completely. That ancient system is still inside you, right now, working perfectly, just trying to navigate a world full of food it was never built to understand. Ancient humans never got fat, not because they were stronger than us, not because they moved more than us, but because they ate the only thing humans were ever meant to eat, real food, the kind that fights back. So the next time someone tells you it's all about willpower, remember the Hadza, walking 14 kilometers, eating 100 grams of fiber, and carrying a body that hasn't changed in 200,000 years, trapped in a world that has changed completely.